Well, Xiaomi is said to be the king of budget smartphones. But how does a king maintain its reign? By introducing capable successors. So, probably the most popular budget smartphones, the Xiaomi Redmi 3S and 3S Prime, are now getting a new successor called the Xiaomi Redmi 4. My name is Sid, and in this video I'll be telling you whether or not this phone is worth a buy or a skip. Now this review shouldn't be that long because there aren't many changes here to talk about. The most noticeable change comes in the form of minor design tweaks that this phone has over its predecessor. The phone is now a bit more rounded from all sides, the bezels have been more streamlined, and while it may seem a bit too subtle, trust me, these subtleties make this phone fit very well in the hand. It for some reason is more ergonomic and more good to use than its predecessors. Also, to my eyes, this black matte finish looks pretty amazing. Now, one reason that this phone fits very well in the hand or is very good to use is because of its 5-inch compact screen, which not a lot of other phone makers are making these days, and hence it stands out of the phablet crowd. It's an HD display and the quality is quite good in terms of colors and contrasts. The only place some work is needed was the viewing angles and the reflections. But for this price, you do expect to see some compromises. For instance, the Snapdragon 435 CPU, which is only a minute upgrade over the predecessor. Yet, in retrospect, it is not that bad. It might not be the fastest CPU out there or even the best one for gaming, yet even the high-end games run quite respectably on it. And in daily tasks, performance was never an issue. Even though I think that the phone does heat up a bit too quickly. Oh, and there still is present the 2GB RAM, 16GB storage variant, apart from the more practical 3GB RAM and 32GB variant. Now, storage won't be an issue because the phone does have hybrid SIM slots. But what I'm trying to say here is that there isn't much improvement in terms of performance in this phone compared to its predecessor. But the place you see substantial improvements is the camera. Redmi 3S had average cameras, but Redmi 4 uses the same camera setup employed in the Redmi Note 4, which at this price point is disruptive. The pics in the day are flawless, indoors too are better, and low light shots, I'd say, are much more acceptable now. Plus, the camera app is loaded with a lot of features, even for selfies. Which reminds me, the selfies are much better this time. To sum it up, it's one of the good camera phones you'd see under this price point. And one more thing that has now changed and is improved is the speaker. Its placement is now at the bottom than on the back, and it is also a bit more louder than before. But that does not mean I like everything on the smartphone. Well, the fingerprint scanner is a tad bit slower than compared to the peers like CoolPad, and the software is still on dated Android Marshmallow. Still, I am an admirer of MIUI, for it brings a lot of customizations, preloaded applications and features which, in my opinion, does add to the user experience. And even though MIUI does close the applications in the background quite quickly, this move does help in prolonging the battery life. And battery life is amazing on the smartphone. Of course, it had to be fantastic. It's a 4100 mAh of battery powering a 5-inch HD display. But the biggest issue I had with using this phone was getting this back to full charge, for the phone lacks fast charging. And if I talk about the extra features, you do get FM radio, you do get an IR blaster, and you also get a notification LED light on the smartphone. And that pretty much sums up my review. And now it's time for me to tell you my verdict on the Redmi 4. Well, to be very honest, there isn't any major upgrade the Redmi 4 has over the Redmi 3S. Camera and design are possibly the only two things that you would notice. But maybe that is all that was required. You see, Redmi 3S was a good budget smartphone for 2016, and the minor inclusions made by Xiaomi make the Redmi 4 a better budget smartphone for 2017. News is that Xiaomi might be discontinuing the Redmi 3S and replacing it with the Redmi 4 units, and that is the reason the pricing has been kept so similar. So in the end, Xiaomi does carry the legacy forward with the Redmi 4, making it fit for being the best compact budget smartphone under 10,000 rupees. Unless we have competition soon catching up. And that is all I think about the Redmi 4. Do let me know what you think in the comment box below, and also do not forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. But more importantly, do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can come back and see more of me. My name is Sid. Ciao.